Hey there friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're here at the Magic Kingdom Resort area and we are playing Pin Bingo. And joining us today is everyone's favorite co-host, Tony.
Miss me. I missed you too. I cannot wait for today. This is going to be so good.
Yes, it's going to be a good time.
Good. And I'm hoping for perfect circles from me.
Yeah, you are our official pin stamper, so I hope you've been practicing. I'm sure you have.
I sure have.
I'm sure you have. Now, before we take a look at our Pingo card and what we're searching for, ladies and gentlemen, we do have our first ever sponsored video. So take it away, Sponsored Kevin. Isn't that exciting? Yeah! Hey there friends, Sponsored Kevin here, and today we're going to talk about the pin trading app. Now the pin trading app is a tool designed for pin traders to keep track of their ever-growing collection, learn the value of their pins, identify pins, and so much more. So let's go ahead and open up the app. Now the pin trading app is available for the iPhone and coming soon to Android May 2026, so any minute now. Now here is our home page, and I already logged some of my pins. So I currently have 338 pins in my collection. I have 151 up for trade, and I am actively on the hunt for 82 pins. Those are my ISO. So let's go ahead and scan a brand new Zootopia pin that I just got. So you're going to click the scan button down here, and then it's going to pull up the camera. And then we're going to take a picture of this brand new Judy Hopps pin that we got. So let's go ahead and add this to our collection. Okay, now it's scanning, searching for the pin. And here she is, Judy Hopps. Wonderful. It is the correct match, so let's go ahead and leave that note. And then it gives you details about the pin. So it's the Disney Employee Center limited edition, was released in 2023, features Judy Hopps. Now this app will also show you other pins in this set, so you can see more pins right here. And then look, there's an Olaf, there's a Mochi, there is Pascal, so you can keep track of what other pins are in that set. Also, there's a community stats, so 8 people have this in their collection, 0 are up for trade, and no one has it in their ISO right now. But we can go ahead and add it to our collection. So we're going to hit add to collection, and then here are my current running folders. So one has all my Zootopia pins, so now I can keep track of absolutely everything that I have, and I won't get any duplicates. You know I am notorious for forgetting what pins I have. So let's go ahead and add that one to our collection, and you're just going to hit add pin, and then bada bing bada boom, it is in your collection. So let's go ahead and check right here. We're going to click our Zootopia. I put a little star there because it's my favorite. So there she is, our Judy Hopps, and these are all my Zootopia pins that are in my collection that I'm keeping. Now you can also have other folders, so whenever we do a staycation, we collect the resort pins. Here are all of our resort pins. I also have another folder here of all of our Disney Cruise Line pins, so everything is nice and organized. This is everything we have from the cruise line. Now, I do have pins that are up for trade, duplicate Zootopia pins, so these are all of them that I have up for trade right now. Also, my 2026 Hidden Disneys are all in this folder here. So if I did get another Judy Hopps and I wanted to add this one as a trader, I could scan it again, or I can just go to my folder where I have my Zootopia board, and then I'm just going to click the Judy Hopps again, add pin to collection once again, and then you can hit mark as trader, and then boom, you added it to your traders. So the next feature I'm going to show you is the Trade Evaluator. This is really cool. The app can identify the 2 pins, give you the pricing, and tell you if it's an equal value trade or not. So say I wanted to trade my Nick Wilde away, and I was trying to score someone's Rapunzel from the Disney Cruise Line Porthole series. What you would do is hit the scan, and then at the bottom it says Trade Evaluator. So you're going to take a picture of your first pin, and you want to make sure the photo is nice and clear. All right, so first photo, and then you're going to take a picture of the other pin, and then it's going to identify the 2 pins and let you know if it's an equal value trade or not. It pulled up our pins. We do have to confirm if that's the correct match. Yes, it is. So let's hit confirm, and then let's see. Do we have an equal value trade? Okay, so according to the app, our Nick Wilde Better Together pin is sitting somewhere around $10, and then the Disney Cruise Line Rapunzel is sitting around $21. So according to the app, this is not quite an equal value trade, but it's totally up to you. If the other person says, sure, I'll still do it, then you're fine. But I feel like this is really going to help a lot of people out when it comes to knowing the value of their pins. So it looks like we're not getting Rapunzel. Another really awesome feature this app has is it shows you the eBay listing. So most pin traders will use eBay listing to price their pins. This is what someone actually purchased the pin at, and it gives you like real time. So right now we're taking a look at our Nick Wilde from the Shanghai Disney blind box, and it recently sold March 23rd for $34.95. So now you're getting like listings in real time. And then if you never see your listing here, you could also hit active listings, and then it'll pull up eBay and show you what's currently out there. Now, sometimes it won't pull it up. It really depends if anyone's actively selling it or if the pin actually purchased. So it gives you a really good gauge on where to price your pins. At the end of the day, it's really up to you. There's your pins. You can price them at whatever you want, but it gives you a really nice guideline. So they're saying the Nick Wilde estimated value is $29.98, pretty much $30. And I would say that's correct because that's usually what I pay for my Zootopia pins. So you could really keep track of how much your pins are going for. Now, in my Zootopia collection, it gives me my overall estimated value of my entire Zootopia collection. And we are currently sitting at 8,833 doll hairs for just my Zootopia pins. Once in a while, you'll try to scan a pin and it won't pop up, but do not worry because you can also submit a pin. So I'm gonna submit my Disney 100 Nick and Judy. So you're gonna click submit a pin, and then you're gonna hit get started, and then you're gonna take a picture of the front of the pin. So you gotta make sure it's nice and clear so they could really see this pin, and then someone will review it, and then you take a picture of the back, Disney 100. Perfect, we'll use that, and then you do have to give a description of the pin, and then you fill out all the rest of the stuff and give whatever details you can, and then on their end, they'll review it, verify, and add it to the pin databank. Now, the pin trading app is free to download, and when you first sign up, you get 20 scans, and then after that, it is a subscription base, so you can do $14.99 a month or $39.99 for the whole year. A huge thank you to the pin trading app for sponsoring today's video. They also gifted me a 2026 blind bag to open up for you guys, so we did that at Hollywood Studios. Take a look. So I'm here in Disney's Hollywood Studios, and we're about to open up a bag of the 2026 Hidden Disneys. Now, this was a gift from our friends over at the Pin Trading app. So let's see what we got. Hopefully a chaser. 1, 2. This is definitely a bus. Okay, Orange Bird bus. I'm taking that to Disneyland. And who's this? Oh my God, I got a chaser! All right, Chip. All right, he's going to Disneyland as well. Once again, a huge thank you to the Pin Trading app. Now back to you, Kevin. Thank you, sponsored Kevin. Look at that, you did it, kid. You got your first sponsor. Do you remember when I first started making videos and I was saying like, oh, one day we'll get a sponsor and that'll be really, really cool. And look at that, our first sponsor. Now, in the past, I have been offered like different sponsorships from brands, but it just never felt right. I got one from a vacuum one time, and I was like, these people don't watch my videos, because why would I be promoting a vacuum? That's crazy. That's crazy work. So the Pin Trading app is actually something that I use, and I'm excited to talk about and share with my friends. So it's a really awesome first sponsor. So hooray. Now let's take a look at what we're hunting for today. Here is today's bingo card, and we are on the hunt for a trivia pin. So we have to do a trivia with the cast member. We need to find a villain shoe, Alice in Wonderland, safety pin, lock pin, teacup pin, a Minnie with a bob. We gotta trade with a friend who watches. We gotta find an emoji, a Disney cat, the necktie, Daisy with the do, Disney food, a hidden Mickey pin, Star Wars pin, Wally, Puffle, a real Disney pin, so a real deal banana peel. We gotta find Tinkerbell, the Jack head, Cupcake, Goofy pin, Figments, and Zootopia. So let's see if we get full board bingo today. Now the rules are we can do 2 trades at a board. We can accept help from anyone that watches or other pin traders. So I hope today is gonna be a full board bingo kind of day. Now we are starting here at the Polynesian and we're gonna work our way around the resort area, then head into Magic Kingdom. And then if we don't find anything at Magic Kingdom, we also have the Contemporary Resort. So today's gonna be a lot of walking. That's right, apply that sunblock because you're gonna need it, Diva. The suns are a-shining. The suns are a-shining on us, my lord. All right, so here is the main area of the Polynesian Resort. We're gonna start on the first floor, take a look at these pins, and then work our way up. So we made it into the main area of the Polynesian Resort. Let's go ahead and start at the Disney Vacation Club counter. So here's a look at our first pin board at the DVC counter, and I see 2 pins that we need already. I need a jack head, and I also need a necktie. So these 2 right here. So let's take those. You can do 2 trades at a board. Let's leave behind Sleeping Pluto for the necktie. Just gotta make sure it's not already there. Okay, we're good. And then, oh, let's leave the Nick Wilde t-shirt. Now these are all Boo Boo Kitties. Taking this one. And we're taking this one here. Oh, geez. So sorry, man. All right. Let me get out of here before I break anything else. And this one here. So we got our 2 pins. 4-pin bingo. So let's add our necktie. We might not even need the stamper. Sorry, Tony. But I tried to make these squares bigger because I know a lot of you want me to use like the board to put them there. So I tried to print it out as big as I can. Okay, and Jack right here. Oh, Jack fits very nicely there. Nice. Okay. Wonderful. All right. Now we're going to pop into Boutique. Take a look at this pin board. See, I love filming at the resorts because we get to take a look at the resort exclusive merchandise. And ding, ding, ding. Looks like there's new Polynesian Resort mini ears. $36.99 for these beauties. Love. And then it looks like there's a new mug as well. The magnet I feel like we've seen before. But looks like they added some new pieces here at the Polynesian. So here's the pin board at the Boutique, already scanned. Ding, ding, ding. Here's a Star Wars pin. And then on our bingo card, we have to find a real pin. And this right here is the real, like, Pete Tower of Terror. Might be a Tsum Tsum. So we're gonna take this. So for this one, it is a Boo Boo Kitty. Let's trade away Miss Daisy. And then this one here is the real deal. So we're gonna trade away something real for that. So let's do this Dory here so we can finally get rid of her. Put that down. Boom, sweets. And then we do have a pin trading cast member who has a Disney cat, which we need, and then also a trivia. So let's shoot for the trivia. So the Boutique was a absolute hit. We just scored 4 pins for our Pingo card. So let's go ahead and review. First up, we did get a Star Wars pin. So this diva right here is a Tsum Tsum. We can add that one right here. Oh, that fits perfectly. Yeah, we definitely don't need the little stamper today. We got a Figaro pin from the pin trading cast member. So here's our Disney cat. See, this one's a little bit bigger, but it'll work. And then here is the Pete. I believe this is Tsum Tsum. And it is the real deal banana peel. Look at those backings, beautiful. The pin feels like really good quality. So we can add that one to our real Disney pin right here. And then we did do the cast members trivia. The trivia question was to name 5 films that do not feature any humans or animals. So Cars, Monsters, Inc. I said Onward because technically Onward, they're like magical creatures. Bugs Life, I said, and something else. We got it. Hooray. Trivia pin right here at the top. Now we are just 1 away from getting our first bingo. We need to find the teacup. And let me tell you, I think I do enjoy the pins on the board a little bit better so that way I can keep track of what I found and everything just looks really nice, you know? So I think we'll print them out this big from now on. Oh, and then I did forget to mention that this middle thing here is our free spot. So we have that little area for free. Now we are gonna head over to the front desk to take a look at their pin board, hopefully find 2 more pins. Here's a look at the pin board at the front desk, and ding, 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 we have 2 pins that we need. Here is a cupcake pin, so we definitely need this. And then here is Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. So these 2, and then let's trade away. You know what? Let's leave behind our Judy Hopps. Goodbye. And then we're also gonna leave behind Miss Shelley May. Is she here already? Nope, we're good. Awesome, thank you so much. The front desk was an absolute hit. We got our cupcake pin, which we can go ahead and add right down here. Perfect, and then we do have our Alice in Wonderland pin, which is gonna go right here. Now that is a wrap on the lower level of the Polynesian. Now we can start heading upstairs and take a look at those pin boards. Also, we need to find Tony. He said he was getting a snack and now I don't know where he is. So I turned my back and find myself out on the line. You could have warned me, but that would have been too kind. What did you get?
A turkey.
A turkey meal? You said a snack and you have a full meal. Oh my gosh. Was it good though? It was good?
The house is a little like pineapple coleslaw.
Oh, so very Polynesian.
Yeah.
Nice. And then you got some chips. Look at you. And a nice little water.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I found all of these. So far, we're doing really good. We're one away from our first bingo here, because then we can get a prize. You know, if we get full board bingo, we get to buy whatever we want. No price limit. I would like to get full board bingo so we can both open up 2026 hidden Disneys. So that way I have more chances of getting what I need out there.
Oh, so
now,
it's better than you.
Yeah, of course. Now, I need you to hold my hand when I say this. My friend, the pins fit so nicely on the thing, so you are fired. Unfortunately. And there are no benefits, no unemployment, nothing for you. Just take your dabber and go, honestly. So here we are on the second level of the Polynesian. We do have a pin board over at Kona Cafe, so let's go see if we've got anything for our bingo card. Okay, so here's a look at the pin board at Kona Cafe, and I immediately see 2 pins that we need. There's a safety pin here, and then also the lock. But I want to see if there's any like harder ones that we need. Like we need a Wally today. Okay, I'm not seeing a Wally. So I guess let's do the safety pin. And then we're also, oh look, Goofy's hat too. That counts for a Goofy pin. Very nice. But I think we should go with, you know what, let's do the lock. Because I feel like if I don't take this lock now, we won't see it later, and then I'll be regretting this moment. But also the same thing could happen for the Goofy pin. But I'm gonna go with my gut here. Let's go with these 2 here, and then we're gonna trade away. Let's do the Dopey pin here. We're gonna put that here. Is he here already? No, we're good. So we're gonna leave that one behind. Sorry, hold on. Okay, he has been added. And then let's also put Joy from Inside Out. We're gonna put her right here. Nice. All right, 2 more pins acquired. So let's go ahead and add our pins to the board. We have our safety pin here. Nice. See, these are when it's a little like, it ain't fitting that nice, but we'll make it work. And then right next to that is the lock, so we'll add that one right there. And now we're 1 away from getting bingo here, villain shoe, and a teacup. So hopefully we find these 2 right here, and then boom, that's double bingo. So now we're gonna take a look at the pin board here at Moana Mercantile. So here's a look at the pin board, and I definitely see 2 pins that I need here. So there is a macaroon right here, and we need to find a hidden Mickey, and Ariel's sister is actually a hidden Mickey from a while ago. Now it's not the real deal banana peel, but it is a hidden Mickey. So we're gonna take those 2, and then let's trade away this mini here and the Mulan. Perfect. So Moana Mercantile was a hit. We scored 2 more pins. So this Ariel's sister, which one is this?
Arista.
Arista?
Yeah.
Andella?
Arista.
Adina?
Arista.
Arista? All right. She is a hidden Mickey. There's the hidden Mickey little stamp right there, right next to her face. So we're going to put that one right here. Yeah. Sorry, Tony. And then we do have the macaroon, which counts as Disney food pin. So we're going to put that one right here. And now we're 1 away from getting a bingo here. We need to find Miss Daisy with the do, because this is our free spot. Okay, let's head over to Ohana's little walk-up area. So right over here, there's a pin board right where you do your checking in. So here's a look at the pin board at Ohana's walk-up desk where you do your checking in, and ding ding ding, there is a Figment, which we need for bingo. So we're gonna take this one here. Tony, do you see a villain shoe there?
Yep.
Do you see Puffle?
No.
Minnie with a bob?
No.
Wally? Anything from Wally? How about Goofy? I'm not sure if these are Goofy's feet or not, but I don't want to. We'll find it eventually. I don't feel like that's like a. It might be, but not 100% sure. Zootopia. Any Zootopias on here? Okay. Tinkerbell?
No.
All right. So I think this might be our only one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just the Figment.
Yeah.
All right. So for this Figment, we're gonna leave behind the Donald cupcake, which we're gonna put right here. All right. We're definitely not missing anything, right?
No.
All right, so let's go ahead and add the figments. All right, see, this is why we pay you the big bucks. Look at that, very nice and centered. Allegedly. Oh, look, we need one more for a pin bingo right here. The emoji pin. Sweet. So that is a wrap on the Polynesian. Very, very successful run in there. Now we are headed over to the new Polynesian Tower, which is like the DVC area. We do have 2 pins there. One at the WDW bar. Sometimes it's outside, sometimes it's inside. It's mostly outside, like during the morning, like when the bar is like setting up and stuff, and then they move it inside. And then we do have one at like the check-in of the DVC tower here. So let's see, maybe we can score 2 more pins at each board.
Oh, wow.
Woo! Today's the day, I'm telling you. Full board bingo. Absolutely is going to happen. All right, and here we are at the Polynesian Tower. Let's pop inside and hopefully score some more stuff for our bingo card. So here's a look at the pin board. Now we do have a Duffy with a Goofy hat, and you know what? It's my game, my rules, we're taking it. That counts as a Goofy. So we're gonna take that, and then I'll trade away. Let's do the Incredible Hulk here. So we did get the Duffy Goofy pin, and we did talk to the cast member, and the cast member was like, I would count it. It's Goofy. And then he was like, and if you feel guilty about it, you'll find the Goofy somewhere else and you can swap it out. But I think this counts. It's definitely, it's Duffy as Goofy, so a little double whammy right there. Oh, geez Louise. Take 2, sorry. Yeah, nice, okay. Where are we sitting? 1 away from bingo here, 1 away from bingo here, 1 away from bingo here, 1 away from, 2 away from bingo here. Well, actually, gotta find a Zootopia. Okay, now let's check the WDW Bar and Grill right here, see if the pin board is available. Here's a look at the pin board at the WDW Bar. Ding, 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 it's the ship from Wally. Oh my gosh. Yes, perfect. Okay, and we got a teacup pin. Amazing. So we're taking this one here. All right, now the Wally one is a real deal banana peel pin, so we must trade authentically. So for that Wally, let's leave behind... let's do the Mickey that we found at the resort. This is from, I believe it's from Five Below. It is a Disney licensed pin, so it is tradable in the park. And then for the teacup is a Boo Boo Kitty. Let's leave behind Rabbit Silhouette. Oh, nice. The Wally one I was real worried about, but hooray, we scored it. So we got our Wally pin, which we can go ahead and place right here.
That was gonna be hard.
What?
It was gonna be hard, but you found it.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be a hard one to find. It goes this way.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, the bottom is actually like this piece right here is the bottom of the ship. It looks weird. Everyone always places it upside down, but it actually goes this way.
All right, well.
Yeah, just some food for thought. Then we did get our teacup. And ladies and gentlemen, ding, 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 we got our first bingo. Hooray, so we could at least get a prize today. But we want to get full board bingo so we could justify buying 2 blind bags.
Instead of 1.
Yeah, instead of 1. So that's a wrap on the Polynesian Tower. But now we're making our way over to the Grand Floridian. So we're just taking the walking path. And then we do have a pin board coming up at the Grand Floridian DVC Villas. We learned about that pin board on our last staycation here at the Grand Floridian. So let's go take a look at that one. It's by the Mary Poppins Penguin Fountain. Hopefully we can find some more there. Imagine we get full board bingo without even making it into Magic Kingdom. That would be amazing. That would be like record time. Okay, so here's the Grand Floridian DVC Villas. Let's pop inside, take a look at this pin board. Monorail! Here's a look at the pin board, and ding, 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 this is a Stitch emoji. Look at that. All right, so we're gonna take this one here, and then I think that's our only one we have. I didn't see Tinkerbell, no Zootopia, so we're just gonna take that one. We're gonna leave behind this guy here. All right, sweet. So we did score this Stitch pin, who is the emoji, right?
It is the emoji.
You know what? Let's do a double check, because we can use the pin trading app, scan the pin, and see where this is from. So there's like the identify feature. So here we go. 1, 2. All right, scanning that pin. So he did pop up Stitch emoji booster set. It is an emoji. So we can go ahead and add that to our bingo card. And ladies and gentlemen, ding, 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 we have another bingo. Okay. Also, it smells like a good credit up in here. Look how high the ceiling is. Listen, this is luxury at its finest. One can only dream of this opulence and wealth. Imagine our home looked like this.
Yeah.
Well, if we keep working hard, someday it can be. Someday this all could be yours. So the villas were a hit. We scored our stitch. Now we can start walking over to the main area of the Grand Floridian. So we got a few pin boards there. And we're only missing Villain Shoe, Mini with a Bob. We need to trade with a friend who watches. So hopefully we get spotted and a friend is willing to trade with us. That might happen once we get into Magic. I feel like we always run into friends who watch in Magic Kingdom. Daisy with the Dew. We gotta find a Daisy pin. We gotta find a Puffle. If the Puffle is my downfall today, I will lose my mind. Tinkerbell and Zootopia. We gotta find a Zootopia pin today. And here we are at the main area of the Grand Floridian. So we're gonna pop in here by 1900 Park Fair because we do have a DVC counter with a pin board. So here we are at the DVC counter, and here's a look at the pin board. No Villain Shoe, no Mini with a Bob, Daisy with the Dew. There's no Daisy pin here, no Puffle, Tinkerbell, or Zootopia. All right, let's keep moving. So we didn't have anything on that pin board. Let's see if we've got a pin trading cast member here at Sandy Cove. So we do have a pin trading cast member in here. There's a trivia. We did the trivia, but nothing for our Pingo card. All right, think Sandy Cove did have a pin trading cast member. Unfortunately, nothing for our Pingo card. The trivia question was, in the film WALL-E, how long was the ship out from Earth? And I just saw WALL-E for the first time. Well, Tony saw WALL-E for the first time. I showed him, and I want to say it was 500 years. And then the cast member was like, I think it is, right? So we didn't even know, but she let me see the pin, and it was from this same WALL-E set that we got, but it was Eve. We didn't need it. We'll save that for the next person. That Villain Shoe. You gotta be kidding me. Also, trade with a friend. I need a friend right now more than ever. And then Daisy with the Dew. Come on. Puffle, Tinkerbell, Zootopia? Come on. So I do want to pop into Curiouser Clothers and see if there's a pin trading cast member. This is where we found the Figment headband. So we did have a pin trading cast member in there, lanyard situation. She had a trivia, and the question was, how tall is Cinderella Castle? And I got that question before, but it's like a number that I can't remember, and it's 189 feet. So she gave me the answer. She was willing to let me take the pin, but I was like, you know what? I didn't get it. I don't want it. And it was a 2026 Hidden Disney, the Mickey Cupcake. So I was like, well, let's save that for the next person who actually got the question right. But make a mental note of that. That's how tall Cinderella Castle is. And it has to be 189 feet. And then it can't go any higher than that because then they would have to add a blinking light to notify aviation that, hey, we got a tall girl over here, you know? All right, let's check the front desk. Here's a look at the pin board at the front desk. I'm trying to zoom in because there's a line. I don't see a Villain Shoe, no Mini with a Bob, Daisy with the Dew. There's not a Daisy on there. There's also no Puffle, no Tinkerbell, and no Zootopia pin. All right, let's head upstairs. So we're done with the lower level of the Grand Floridian. We didn't find anything for pin bingo. Now we can start heading upstairs. We're gonna take the Kelly Clarkson I Spread My Wings, Learn How to Fly staircase and check M Mouse Mercantile. So here is M Mouse Mercantile. Let's take a look at this pin board. Here's a look at the pin board in M Mouse Mercantile. We don't have a Villain Shoe here. We don't have Minnie with a Bob, Daisy with the Dew, Puffle, Tinkerbell, or Zootopia. Yeah. Alrighty, thank you. So we are all done here in the Grand Floridian. We didn't have anything in M Mouse Mercantile, and now we can start heading over to Magic Kingdom. So let's jump on the monorail, and then we're gonna tackle the whole entire park of Magic Kingdom. Still missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more pins. Very much doable. Okay, and here we are at the Magic Kingdom. Let's pop inside and get to work. 7 more pins we need to find. We scanned into the park. Now we're gonna head over to the wheelchair rental, take a look at their pin board, if it's available. So here's a look at the pin board at the wheelchair rental. And I don't see Tinkerbell. I don't see a Villain Shoe. No Daisy with the Dew, Minnie with a Bob, and Zootopia. None of them. All right, let's keep moving. Nothing at the wheelchair rental. Let's check the stroller rental. The stroller rental did not have their pin board. That's okay. We can head over to City Hall, which is the guest services. They have a pin board there. Let's see. Anything else for our bingo card? Maybe so. All right, so here's a look at the pin board at guest relations, and ding, 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 Daisy with the Dew and Tinkerbell. So we're gonna take these 2 here, and then let's go ahead and trade away. Let's do Villain tie. Just got to make sure it's not here. We're good, so let's leave one here. And then the next one, let's do the Donald. Goodbye, Donald. All right, so we finally got our Daisy with the do, and ding, 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 we got another bingo. It's the Daisy Nerd. What a cutie patootie. And then here is Tinkerbell. Amazing. Get on there. There you go. I just like punched the... All right, amazing.
One here.
So now we need a Zootopia,
Two here,
Puffle,
two here.
Minnie with a Bob, Villain Shoe, trade with the friend. Hopefully a friend spots us and we can do a trade. All right, let's head to our next location. So we are headed to Town Square Theater, but as we were walking over, a custodial cast member stopped us and he was like, I gotta tell you a joke. And I was like, of course, I'm always here for a good joke. The joke was, why did the stormtrooper buy an iPhone?
Because he couldn't find the droid.
Because he couldn't find a droid. Like an android. Here's Town Square Theater. We do have a pinboard over at Tony's Town Square Restaurant on our left. There's also one at the Photo Pass, which is in the center, and then one all the way on the other side where they do the Minnie ear or Mickey hat engraving. So we got 3 shots in here. So here's a look at the pinboard at Tony's, and ding, 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 we've got a Puffle, which we need. Amazing. And then for the Puffle, let's leave behind a bowling pin. So this one here, is it here? We're good. Okay, now let's see. Anything else? We also need to find Minnie with a Bob, Villain Shoe, and a Zootopia pin. Okay, I think that might be our only one. Thank you so we have secured the Puffle. Let's go ahead and add that to our bingo card. And ding, 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 we got another bingo across. Villain Shoe, Minnie with a Bob, trade with a friend, and a Zootopia pin. And we just got here. So this is gonna happen for sure. So here's a look at the pinboard at the Disney Photo Pass Center. So no Villain Shoe, no Minnie with the Bob, can't trade with a friend here, and there is no Zootopia. All right, we got one more pinboard here in the theater. Let's go check it out. Our final pinboard is going to be back here where they have all the merchandise. This is where Mickey's meet and greet spits you out, and it's going to be right at the register. Here's our final pinboard in the theater. Okay, I don't see Minnie with a Bob, I don't see the Villain Shoe, and I do not see a Zootopia pin here. Oh, but ding, 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 they got a match. All right, so now we're gonna head down Main Street, USA and tackle the pinboards in this area. We do have one at the Emporium, so let's start here. So we're in the Emporium. I actually wanna hang out by like the pin wall, because hopefully a friend who watches is like purchasing pins right now, and then we can get a trade in. So please, let's see, let me hang out here for a minute. So I posted up there, everyone was looking at me like, who is this man? Get out of here. So no friends there. So here's a look at the pinboard in the Emporium. No Villain Shoe, no Minnie with a Bob, no Zootopia, but there is Vecna Miko, January's Pit of the Month. Good to see you, sir. All right, let's keep moving. We also got a pin trading cast member in here, but unfortunately, no Villain Shoe, no Minnie with a Bob, no Zootopia pin. All right, thank you. And we got another pin trading cast member here in the Emporium. No Villain Shoe, no Minnie with a Bob, no Zootopia. We didn't find anything on the pin trading cast member, but he did give us a sticker as a consolation prize because he didn't have anything. So Tony, you need to wear this with pride. Wear it with pride. So we're all done in the Emporium. We didn't find anything in there. Now we can cross over and head to Main Street Cinema. They have a pinboard there. Now here's Main Street Cinema. Let's pop inside, take a look at this pinboard. All right, so here's a look at the pinboard in Main Street Cinema. No Villain Shoe, no Minnie with a Bob, no Zootopia pin. All right, let's keep moving. So Main Street Cinema was a wash. Let's go and check the Main Street Bakery, which is the Starbucks. There's usually a pin trading cast member posted up out front. All right, so we do have a pin trading cast member here at the Starbucks. Villain Shoe, no. Minnie with a Bob, no. Zootopia, no. Alrighty, thank you so much. So we're here by Casey's Corner, which sometimes has a pinboard. It's kind of like this lunchtime rush. So I'm just gonna pop in, and if I see it, we'll check it out. But if not, we're gonna keep moving. So I didn't see a pinboard. Make sure you're checking Casey's Corner. Sometimes they do have one. Just right now, it's super, super busy. Okay, I think we're all done here in the front area of Magic Kingdom and Main Street USA. Sorry, there's a lot of people now. Now I'm getting like all scatterbrained. Let's head to Tomorrowland, start tackling that area, and hopefully find our four remaining pins, because we still got to trade with a friend. Yes. So, any friends out there? Kevin is here. Come say hello. Let's do a trade. Tony wants to stop for some popcorn, and it's a good thing he did because I spot a pin board here. So while Tony gets the popcorn, let's take a look at the board. We're still missing a villain shoe, Minnie with a bob, and a Zootopia pin, and none here. Alrighty, nothing on that pin board. But Tony did get popcorn, so we love that for you. And also, look at the bucket. Judy Hops is on the bucket. Nice. You know how many popcorn buckets we have that we just keep? We never bring them back.
Ariel's in here, too.
Is she? All right. Is Tiana? Tiana must be there. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I'm about to say. All right, now we can head to Tomorrowland. So here in Tomorrowland, our first stop is going to be Tomorrowland Launch Depot. They got a pin board here. Let's go take a look. So here's a look at the pin board in Tomorrowland Launch Depot. Still missing Villain Shoe, Minnie with a Bob, and a Zootopia pin. I don't see one on the board. And then we have a Pin Trading Cast Members pin pad, but there is Perdita. We're going to Disneyland, so that would be great to take over there. So I will give you, I'm going to give you Lilo. For that one there, yep, perfect. And thank you so much. So nothing for our bingo card, but we did get Perdita from the 2026 Hidden Disney, which we can take over to Disneyland. Hooray. So our next stop is going to be Star Traders. They've got a pin board here. So here's a look at the pin board in Star Traders. Look, another Puffle. Nice, I haven't seen this color Puffle in forever. Minnie with a Bob. No. Villain Shoe. No. Zootopia. No. All right, we got to keep moving. Now we are entering New Fantasyland. We're going to head to 100 Acre Goods, which is the gift shop after the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh, the attraction. Hopefully they got something there. All right, here's 100 Acre Goods. Let's take a look at this pin board. All right, so we took a look at the pin board. Sorry I didn't film it. We always ask if it's okay if we can film the pin board. We got a no today. So they didn't have anything. No Minnie with a Bob, no Villain Shoe, and no Zootopia. But they did have a Lightning McQueen 2026. Nice, going to Disneyland. All right, next location. Now we're heading towards Be Our Guest restaurant, but we do have a guest experience team, Blue Umbrella, coming up. Let's take a look at their pin board. Here's a look at the pin board, and look at that Pooh. I believe that's Loungefly. He's so cute. Now, we're going to save him for the next person. We really need that Villain Shoe, Minnie with a Bob, and Zootopia. So here we are at Be Our Guest restaurant, and the pin board is right out. They got two pin boards. Oh my goodness. Let's go take a look. All right, so we got two pin boards here, and first up, ding, 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 there is Minnie with a Bob. We need this little diva right here. Hooray. And then for that Minnie with a Bob, let's go ahead and trade away. Well, let's do Mother Gothel Queen Icon. Icon for icon, wonderful. And then here's a look at the next board. We're looking for Villain Shoe and a Zootopia pin. And no. All right, at least we scored one. So we ended up finding a Minnie with a Bob, so we can go ahead and add that to our bingo card. And now we just gotta find that Villain Shoe. We gotta trade with a friend who watches. We must find a friend, and then a Zootopia pin. And then that is full board bingo, baby. Full board bingo. We have a Bonjour Village gifts back here. They should have a pin board. Tony, are you down for some Le Fou Brew? Ooh. Do you want to share one or you want your own?
Let's see what's inside. Let's see the wait time.
Let's see the wait time. All right, so we got our Le Fou Brew. Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Have you had this before?
No.
No? It's at first, I didn't like it, and then it got to mixing it up. You got to really shake it up Chicago in here for you to get it's like a passion fruit.
Passion fruit cone.
And it's like tingly on your tongue.
Vanilla at the bottom.
Yep. Or like a caramel or something.
Yeah, I guess so. Caramel syrup.
It's good, right?
High cholesterol.
Yeah. Don't tell the doctors. Very good. Very good. So we're sitting here enjoying the Le Fou Brew, and then we ran into friends who watch, and we're trading away. Well, we're getting this one here, and you want the Mickey, right?
Yes, I do.
All right, sweet. All right, friends, so we just ran into a friend who watches, and we got the Daisy 2026 pin. So let's go ahead and add that to our bingo card, and now all we're missing is the Villain Shoe and a Zootopia pin. And there are some Boo Boo Kitty Zootopia pins, like there's always like a Nick Wilde Boo Boo Kitty somewhere. So hopefully we find these final two, and that is full board bingo. So here's a look at the pin board inside Bonjour Village Gifts, and Villain Shoe, no, and Zootopia pin. No, but there's a pin trading cast member and she's got the Halloween chip, so I'm gonna go for that. So we didn't find anything for our bingo card, but we did get the Halloween chip, which is gonna be perfect to take over to Disneyland. Wow, so far we found 5 hidden Disneys. These 4 here, plus the one we needed for the trade with a friend. We're killing it. We're killing it, yeah. These are perfect, good timing. We're headed to California, so we need these. So we're here at Storybook Circus. Now, usually there's a pin board at Big Top Souvenirs, but Big Top Souvenirs is going through a refurb right now. But I like to scan the area, see if there's a pin trading cast member. I don't see one, so let's go ahead and keep moving. So our next stop is gonna be Sir Mickey's here in New Fantasyland. Let's take a look at this pin board. So here's a look at the pin board inside Sir Mickey's. Still missing our villain shoe and a Zootopia pin. And none here. Alrighty. So our next stop is a Fantasy Fair. Let's see if they've got anything for our bingo card here. Yeah, so we're playing pin bingo, and we are just 2 away from getting full board bingo. So a villain shoe, and we need to find a Zootopia.
Oh my god.
And I'm looking at the board.
Yeah.
I don't think we have.
This one.
Oh, the macaroon is cute.
Yes, I have a yellow one.
Oh, you do?
Oh my god.
I love it.
Come on, baby.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So Fantasy Fair was a wash. We didn't find anything in there. All right, let's start heading towards Haunted Mansion over at the gift shop Memento Mori. They have a pin board. We need a Zootopia. We need a villain shoe. Come on. So here's a look at the pin board in Memento Mori. All right, I don't see a villain shoe here. We also have a pin pad, no shoe, or a Zootopia pin. Okay. We also have to check Harbor House because sometimes they do have a pin trading cast member. It's right across from Memento Mori. All right, so we do have a pin trading cast member here at Harbor House, and we're looking for the villain shoe and Zootopia, but unfortunately, it's not here. So Harbor House didn't have our Zootopia pin or our villain shoe. Now we do have to head over to the Liberty Square ticket office. They have 2 pin boards in there, and then we also have Ye-O Christmas Shop, which also has a pin board. So let's see. Let's check this little area here. Okay, so here's the Liberty Square ticket office. Let's pop inside, take a look at these pin boards. So here's a look at one of the pin boards here in Liberty Square ticket office. And do you see the villain shoe, Tony?
Nope.
How about Zootopia?
Nope.
Yeah, me either. Also,
Oh, that's it?
look at this beautiful family.
that's it.
No, that's like a Bambi one. Yeah. All right, shout out to this family. Now here's a look at the second pin board. Okay, Tony, villain shoe. How about a Zootopia? Those are our final 2 that we're missing. But there is Miko. How you doing, King? Okay, so our final 2 pins were not at the Liberty Square ticket office. Let's cross over to Ye-O Christmas Shop and take a look at their pin board. All right, so here's a look at the pin board in Ye-O Christmas Shop. And no shoe, no Zootopia. So now we're gonna head to Frontier Trading Post and take a look at their pin board. Oh boy, I really wanted to like finish this off here at the Magic Kingdom so that we didn't have to truck it over to the Contemporary. But looks like we might have to if we can't find the Zootopia or the villain shoe. So here's a look at the pin board inside Frontier Trading Post. No villain shoe and no Zootopia pin here. Nothing inside Frontier Trading Post. Let's check the cart across from the Country Bears, Big Al. They have a pin board. So here's a look at the pin board at Big Al's. No shoe, no Zootopia. All right, nothing at the Big Al cart. Let's head over to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. We have Critter Co-op. And then towards the back of the attraction, we also have like Tiana's Bayou General Store, which also has a pin board. So we have 2 pin boards coming up. Oh gosh, please, please. We're like nearing the end of Magic Kingdom, and I need to finish this before we get to the end. I really don't want to go to the Contemporary. It's so hot. So here is Critter Co-op. Let's see if we've got anything for our bingo card. All right, so here's a look at the pin board in Critter Co-op. I see Minnie with a bob, but we already got her. We need that villain shoe, and we also need a Zootopia pin. Tony?
Nothing.
Nothing. All righty. Huh. Critter Co-op? More like Critter Co-Flop. That was a good one. All right, let's head towards the back of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Over at the Bayou General Store, they should have a pin board where you can pick up your photo after the attraction. The attraction is down right now. It is a ghost town, but I think we can still be able to go to the area with the photo because they sell other merch in there, so let's see. And there's also a potty back here. So we're walking towards Tiana's Bayou General. Look how empty this is. It's actually quite nice and peaceful. But, that was beautiful. Okay, and you know what else was beautiful? We just ran into a friend who watches, Cade, who's celebrating their birthday. Happy birthday, Cade. And thank you so much for doing a trade with us because, ladies and gentlemen, we just scored our Zootopia pin. It is Miss Judy Hops. Perfect. Let's go ahead and place that diva right there. And then we did trade away our Perdita from the 2026 Hidden Disneys. So now all we need is that villain shoe and bada bing, bada boom. That is full board bingo, baby. All right, let's see if the pin board is available back here. I'm tired. I'm tired. Here's a look at the pin board inside Tiana's Bayou General and Puffle. But we're looking for that last one, and it's the shoe, and we do not have it here. Well, nothing there. Nothing there. All right, let's start walking over to Pirates. We got a few more pin boards left here in the Magic Kingdom, so hopefully we find this shoe. I need the shoe, like now.
If the shoe
I'm
fits.
tired. If the shoe fits. If the boot fits. You ever seen that Toy Story? And then the way he said fits was very like... So we're here by Pirates. Let's pop into the gift shop, take a look at this pin board, see if our villain shoe is here. So here's the pin board at Pirates. Still missing that villain shoe. And no, there's a villain bowling pin. Alrighty, let's keep moving. So we didn't find the villain shoe at the Pirates gift shop. Let's head towards the Enchanted Tiki Room area. We have the Aloha Aisle, which sometimes has the pin trading pineapple. Who knows? And then there is a little refreshment cart there that sometimes has a pin board. Here's Aloha Aisle refreshments, and there's no pineapple right now. So let's go see if the pin board is over here. All right, so here's a look at the pin board at the refreshment cart. Villain shoe is our final one, and it's not here. Alrighty. Now straight ahead, we do have a guest experience team coming up. Let's take a look at their pin board. So they did not have their pin board right now. Sometimes the Sunshine Tree Terrace, where you can get Dole Whip and stuff, will have a pin board. So let's see. So here's a look at the pin board, and nope, no villain shoe. Also, Wendy Williams. Now we're approaching our final pin board. This is Bawana Bob's. Let's take a look. Villain shoe, come on. So we ran into a trader, and dig, there is the villain shoe. All right, so anything you want from here, honestly, like.
I'll tell you that one. That's pretty cool.
Which one? The Wana one?
The Mickey?
Yeah. So we ran into a pin trader and we just scored the final pin, the villain high heel. Tony, that means?
No contemporary. I was looking forward to the salad.
That and also, so stupid. That and full board bingo, baby. Full board bingo. I mustered up the courage to just ask the girl behind me, like, hey, I'm desperate. Do you have it? And she was like, my husband does. Yeah, Rue from Euphoria. I'm just crashing out over here. High five, friend. Full board bingo. We did it. Let's go pick up some 2026 Hidden Disneys. Let's show the audience. Full board bingo. I think this is the third time in WDW Kevin history that we got full board bingo, okay? Alrighty, friends, so we got our 2026 Hidden Disneys because we got full board bingo.
You know this benefits you only.
Yes, it does. Because we're going to Disneyland, so I need chasers. Hopefully you have a chaser in there.
Let's do it.
You go first.
All right.
Ooh.
All right.
Let's see. You are the magic, too. You usually get a chaser every time we're together. Perdita.
We got it back.
Okay, we did get it back. That's right, because we got her.
Got it back.
Mickey cupcake.
All right.
Okay, so no
I'll take
chaser
these.
for you.
Yeah.
Let's see what I've got. Okay, first one out.
Oh, God.
First one out is Lightning McQueen. Okay, not a chaser. And our final one is Daisy Cupcake. That's all right. We can
So
take
two
these to
cupcakes.
California. Yeah, 2 cupcakes. Take these to California and trade our little hearts away so we can bring back their 2026s. Now, I would say this was a very, very successful run of pin bingo here at the Magic Kingdom. We did it. We got full board bingo. Tony, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a slow start, but we got at the very, very end.
Yeah,
We did it.
our last hurrah.
And still no calories lost. So it's
Right,
okay.
well, yeah, you were shoveling popcorn, so. Now, a huge thank you to our sponsors for today, the Pin Trading app. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. You can follow me on every single social media platform at WDW Kevin. I am the cockroach of the internet. You can find me just about everywhere, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. I think I Mike Wazowski'd you again.
Always.
Always.